طيب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome back everyone. Today alhamdulillah we are starting chapter 5. Almost done with the book. Couple chapters left after this one. So we're on chapter 5 alhamdulillah. And the objective of chapter 5 is what we call to know the abwab al-fi'l. أبواب الفعل الثلاثي. أبواب الفعل الثلاثي, which we know it translates into the we know that al-fi'lu thulathi is the three-lettered past tense verb. What we need to know is what abwab is. So to help understand what abwab is, we have to go back a little bit and remember the awzan. Okay? And the awzan, if we were to open up the file of the awzan, know that the awzan has a smaller folder, which is called abwab, So the big file, just like on your computer, when you click the main folder, awzan. Then inside of the awzan, there is another folder, which is called abwab. You click on that, that opens up as well. The definitions we took, we said awzan means, right, verb forms. That was one definition. Scales. طيب. Abwab has many definitions. From them, we'll say subcategory. So the main category are the awzan, the categories of the verbs, the verb forms. Then those verb forms have subcategories. And it'll be easy in a moment, inshallah. Once we take it, you'll see exactly what we mean. Bi-idhnillah. So let's do that now, inshallah. So if we remember the awzan that we took. So let's write it here so we don't get confused in a different color. The awzan. The awzan were fa'ala. Na'am. Then we had fa'ila, and then we had fa'ula. Then we said that fa'ala breaks down into three, if you remember, in mudariya. It breaks down into yaf'ulu, yaf'alu, and yaf'ilu. So it breaks down into three mudariya. The fa'ila breaks down into two. Yaf'alu or yaf'ilu. And just as a reminder, what we mean by this is any verb that comes on the fa'ila form, its mudariya is going to be one of these two, yaf'alu or yaf'ilu. Any verb that comes in the fa'ala form, its mudariya will be one of these three, yaf'alu, or yaf'ilu. And any verb that comes in the fa'ula form, it will only have one mudariya possible, which is yaf'ulu. These fa'ala yaf'alu breaks down into subcategories. So when you have, let me pull out the highlighter here and change the colors of the highlighter. So when you have fa'ala يفعل. Okay. Then we're going to take it down here and give it a abwab, give it a bab, give it a subcategory. Okay. So فعل يفعل is from the bab نصر ينصر. نصر ينصر. That is from the وزن يفعل. فعل يفعل. It belongs to نصر ينصر. نصر ينصر. Okay. Then we have فعل يفعل. فعل يفعل. The فعل يفعل, the name of that bab is ضرب يضرب. It is ضرب يضرب. ضرب يضرب. ضرب يضرب. Hope y'all can still see that. ضرب يضرب. طيب. Then we have فعل يفعل. فعل يفعل. Whenever a verb comes under the فعل يفعل form, فعل يفعل form, we say that is I messed up the order. Allahu musta'an. I'm so sorry, guys. طيب. So دقيقة, man. Subhanallah. I can't believe I wrote it like this. So it's يفعل, and then I should have did يفعل first before يفعل. Everybody's erasing their notes. Everyone's mad now. It's okay. It happens.
Screenshot.
Good. That's the one time I'll say that's khayr in that. So يفعل يفعل should have went second because of ضرب يضرب. يفعل فعل يفعل with a كسر on the ayn in the مضارع goes under ضرب. ضرب يضرب. ضرب يضرب. Okay, that should be in red. So it goes under the ضرب يضرب. So we have نصر ينصر ضرب يضرب. That's how you're going to memorize it. So all you have to do is just match the harakat. نصر ينصر goes under فعل يفعل. فعل يفعل is ضرب يضرب. That matches. And then we have فعل يفعل. فعل يفعل, which goes under the bab, what we call فتح يفتح. فتح يفتح. فتح يفتح. So once again, we have نصر ينصر ضرب يضرب فتح يفتح. All of those belong to فعل. It's another way of saying فعل يفعل فعل يفعل فعل يفعل. Okay? But they're called abwab. And you might read some books on Sarf and so on and so forth, or you might be reading some commentary on some ayat and things like that. And, there's a word in there, and the author will say, well, that word goes into daraba yadribu bab. So without learning this, you won't know what he's talking about. Or he might say fa'ala yaf'ilu. Okay? So we say fa'ala yaf'ulu. You already know that. Goes into the nasara yansuru bab. Nasara yansuru bab. So if I ask you for the wazn, you would say fa'ala yaf'ulu. If I ask you for the abwab, you would say nasara yansuru. like this. Let's do the next one. فعل. Let's do فعل. فعل يفعل. فعل يفعل. فعل. So now we have a kasra on the ayn in the madi. فعل يفعل. Whenever a word goes into that bab, it is called علم. علم يعلم. 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 So علم يعلم. Okay. So فعل يفعل is علم يعلم. And then فعل يفعل. فعل يفعل is حسب. حسب يحسب. حسب يحسب. حسب يحسب. See if I could change this color. Okay, we'll go with that one. So فعل يفعل is حسب يحسب. Now this fi'l حسب يحسب in reality you might see it حسب يحسب. It can actually be يحسب or يحسب. However, for the sake of this abwab, it goes under فعل يفعل حسب يحسب. Okay, we have one bab remaining. How do I get out of this and go back to where I was? Allah musta'an. Oh, here it is. طيب. So we have one. فعل يفعل. فعل يفعل. فعل يفعل has one bab, which is كرم, which means to be generous. كرم يكرم. كرم يكرم. كرم يكرم. And we'll leave that one blank. So we have 6 abwab. نصر ينصر ضرب يضرب فتح يفتح علم يعلم حسب يحسب كرم يكرم. كرم يكرم. In reality, like we mentioned, all of these abwab are really these awzan. فعل, فعل, and فعل opened up for the mudari'a. فعل breaks down into 3 mudari'a. يفعل, يفعل, and يفعل. فعل breaks down 2 mudari'a. يفعل and يفعل. فعل breaks down into 1 mudari'a. يفعل. Those have names. Those have subcategories. They are called the abwab. They are نصر ينصر ضرب يضرب فتح يفتح علم يعلم حسب يحسب كرم يكرم. These 6 abwab, dear students, have to be memorized. They have to be memorized. And if I say give me the wazn, you will say فعل يفعل. If I say give me the bab, you will say نصر ينصر. Just like this. Inshallah ta'ala. طيب, I'll give it just a minute for everyone to finish writing this. If not, you can finish writing it after. بإذن الله.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Na'am.
So the abwab is the category. So nasara is the actual name and not just an example.
Yeah, it's the actual name of a verb to help.
Well, I know it's the name of the, but it's not the actual. Like to me, it looks like it's an example of the fa'ala yaf'ulu.
It is. That's a good point too. It's an example of fa'ala yaf'ulu, but it's considered the abwab, nasara yansuru. Okay, so for example, if a fi'l comes, let's see here. If a fi'l comes, let me see here. if a fi'l like jalasa, yajlisu, okay, and it's from this bab, and we're reading, and it says, yani, in the story, someone's talking to another person, and he says, "Anti tajlisina," right? Because tajlisina belongs to jalasa yajlisu, it's the anti form. And I was to ask you, yani, this word tajlisina here, what bab does it go under? What would you say, akhi?
Alima.
Would it go under alima? The harakat have to match. So the madi has what?
Oh, it will be daraba yajlisu.
Daraba
Daraba.
yadribu. Sahih.
So I,
Daraba yadribu.
so
So
if you ask me for the abwab, I cannot say jalasa yajlisu. That would be incorrect.
for the sake of us learning, for the sake of the abwab, that would be, I mean, technically it's right, because you can also use jalasa yajlisu, but since these abwab are the ones we are taking, we would say daraba yadribu. So jalasa yajlisu goes under daraba yadribu. If I ask you for the wazn of jalasa yajlisu, you would say fa'ala yaf'ilu. It's really not that big of a deal, but it's some ilm that you have to know. In case you're reading something and someone mentions that it's in the bab of alima or hasiba, you know what they're talking about. Fahimt? So they're one and the same. You can either say the awzan fa'ala yaf'ulu, fa'ala yaf'ilu, fa'ala yaf'alu, which I prefer. But this book teaches it also the awzan, and it also teaches the abwab. نصر ينصر ضرب يضرب فتح يفتح علم يعلم حسب يحسب كرم يكرم. فهمت يا أخي؟
Yes, barakallahu feek.
وفيكم بارك الله. So inshallah, everyone is finished writing these. Now, second thing I want y'all to take. Second thing I want y'all to take now is the days of the week, which in Arabic are called ayyam, which is days of, and then week we say in Arabic usbu'. Ayyamul usbu', days of the week. طيب. So مثلا in English we have Sunday. Sunday. In Arabic, Sunday is يوم الأحد. يوم الأحد. يوم الأحد. That is Sunday. Then you have Monday. In Arabic, we say Monday by saying يوم اثنين. يوم الاثنين. يوم الاثنين. Then we have Tuesday. In Arabic, we say Tuesday. يوم ثلاثاء يوم الثلاثاء. Then we have Wednesday. Every time I look at Wednesday, I think I misspell it because I probably do. Strange words, subhanAllah. In Arabic, Wednesday is يوم أربعاء. يوم أربعاء. يوم الأربعاء. So far we have يوم الأحد, يوم الاثنين, يوم الثلاثاء, يوم الأربعاء. Few more to go. Thursday. For Thursday, we say يوم الخميس. يوم الخميس. So look, most of them are numbers. يوم الأحد, the first day. يوم الاثنين, the second day. يوم الثلاثاء, the third day. يوم الأربعاء, the fourth day. يوم الخميس, the fifth day. You see, alhamdulillah, they're not named after some pagan false gods that they used to worship and things like many of the days of the week in the West are. La. Alhamdulillah, we call them Yawm al-Ahad, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, which leaves us for Friday. Every one of us should know. Friday is the best day, no doubt. It's the day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam. And it's the day that Yawm al-Qiyamah will happen on, and other virtues also of benefits of Yawm al-Jum'ah. No doubt it is the best day. So it is called Yawm al-Jum'ah. طيب. And one more we have that I couldn't fit in there. It is Saturday. In Arabic, Saturday is Yawm al-Sabt. Yawm al-Sabt. So we have Yawm al-Ahad, Yawm al-Ithnain, Yawm al-Thulatha, Yawm al-Arbi'a, Yawm al-Khamis, Yawm al-Jum'ah, and Yawm al-Sabt for Saturday. So we start at Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Why are we starting it at Sunday? Because it's easier. Yawm al-Ahad, the first day. Yawm al-Ithnain, the second day. Yawm al-Thulatha, third day, which is Tuesday. Yawm al-Arbi'a, fourth day. Yawm al-Khamis, fifth day, which is Thursday. So when in doubt, know that Yawm al-Ahad is Sunday and Yawm al-Khamis is Thursday, because you know Jum'ah. Yawm al-Jum'ah is Friday and Yawm al-Sabt is Saturday. So all you have to do is memorize those ones in between. Yawm al-Ithnain, Yawm al-Thulatha, and Yawm al-Arbi'a. Because Yawm al-Ahad is easy, Yawm al-Khamis is easy, you already know Jum'ah, and then Yawm al-Sabt. So know your days of the week, inshallah ta'ala. And I want to ask, while we're waiting here, our brother Rihan, Akhi, what day of the week are we in right now in Arabic tonight?
Yawm al-Thulatha.
So it's Tuesday today?
I mean, it is after Maghrib, so that makes it the next day.
Ooh, Islamically, you are correct, mashallah.
That was a nice save right there.
That was a nice save.
Allah barik.
Yeah, mashallah. I can't say that. Oh, subhanallah. Good job, Rihan. Sahih. After Maghrib in Islam, the new day starts. Naam, alhamdulillah. But in the West, it's still Monday night for them. So I would say Yawm al-Ithnain for them, Yawm al-Thulatha for us now. Very good, mashallah, tabarakallah. Alhamdulillah. So memorize these, inshallah, know them well. And now we want to get to our text, alhamdulillah. Let's start our lesson. Go back and watch the video, inshallah, if you want to fill in your notes. It's too much. طيب. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we have Al-Wahdatul Khamisa, which is the 5th chapter. 5th chapter, as we know. Ad-Darsul Khamis, in the 5th lesson as well. The title of our story now is Shahru Ramadan. Shahru Ramadan. The word shahr means month. Month. The plural of shahr is ashhur. Ashhur. Shahrun is 1 month. Ashhur are months. Months. So, Shahru Ramadan, the month, and then of Ramadan. No need to translate Ramadan because it is what it is. Shahru Ramadan. طيب. We have some al-kalimat al-jadida huna, and they are hasuna yahsunu. Hasuna yahsunu. طيب. If I was to ask you, أخي Waqar, what bab does hasuna yahsunu go under?
Hasuna yaksunu, it will be karuma yakrum.
Barakallah fi. Karuma yakrumu, and it would be under the fa'ula yaf'ulu wazn. Jazakallah khair. So hasuna yahsunu. Okay. The meaning of hasuna yahsunu was yani when something is good. طيب. Then we have tayassara yatayassaru, which we learn at the end of the book. It is from the tafa'ala yatafa'alu wazn. Tayassara yatayassaru, which means is easy. So obviously if you use the past tense and you say tayassara, yani it was easy. Yatayassaru, it is easy. So it's a fi'l that means was easy, is easy. Then we have here ahkam. Ahkam. Ahkam is a plural, which means, one of the meanings, the one in this text is, it means rulings. Rulings. Its singular form, its mufrad, is hukum. Okay? Which means ruling. Singular. So like if you ask alim, what's the hukum on this? And then he'll give you, is it halal, haram, so on and so forth. Bunch of those together are called ahkam, rulings. So once again, we have hasuna yahsunu, is good. Hasuna was good. Yahsunu is good. Tayassara yatayassaru, was easy, is easy. Ahkam, rulings. Hukum, ruling. Then we have this word masail. Masail. This word masail, if you read, for example, like books of fiqh, you will see that different chapters are made up of masail, which we can say are masail are the subject related issues. Subject related matters or issues. Or issues. right? For example, يعني you might read مثلا a fiqh book, and the publisher might have divided the book into chapters, abwab, and then each chapter has a set of masail, subject related issues, or in law, if you ever study law, they'll be called articles. You can also say they are articles, like little subcategories, subject related issues. The singular form of this is mas'ala. So a mas'ala is one mas'ala, one article, or a subject related issue. So if you're talking about wudu, a mas'ala in wudu is wiping over the socks. That's a mas'ala. That's a related issue, a subject related issue of wudu, right? Saying Bismillah is a mas'ala of wudu. It's an article of wudu. It's a subject related matter of wudu. Plural, they are called masail. Okay? And then our final word here is sahula yashulu. Sahula yashulu takes the same meaning in everyday language, remember? Yani, so you can use this or that as tayassara yatayassaru, which means is easy. Is easy or was easy. If you use sahula, it means was easy. Yashulu is easy. طيب. So once again, we have shahr, which is month, ashhur, months. Hasuna is good. Yahsunu was good, is good. Tayassara yatayassaru, made easy or was easy, and it is easy. Ahkam, rulings. Hukm, ruling. Masail, yani articles or subject related issues. The mufrad, the singular, is mas'ala. طيب. For مصطلحات الجديدة, we have the abwab al-fi'l. We took them. نصر, ينصر, ضرب, يضرب, and so on and so forth. Bab al-fi'l is singular. Bab is the singular of abwab. So the subcategory of a verb. Abwab al-fi'l, the subcategories of the verb. And then we have here ahwal al-fi'l. Ahwal al-fi'l, rarely used. Yani it means like the hal of the fi'l. What bab does it belong to? What wasn't does it belong to? So on and so forth. That is ahwal al-fi'l. Don't worry about it too much. Or at all, actually. طيب. So, moving right along, inshallah, I want to start translating some of this book for you guys. And then when we come tomorrow, everyone will take turns translating it, inshallah. So first we have alima. The fi'l alima is new. When you know something. So alima is new. And we said that whenever you find a fi'l in the Arabic language, you always look for the door, and an indication of the door, we said, was a dhamma. So the next word, ammarun, has a dhamma. So we know that alima ammarun. Ammar is the one who knew, who did the verb of knowing. So Ammar knew. Anna. We know anna. Anna means that. We've taken this before. So once again, alima ammarun anna. Ammar learned that. What did he learn? Shahra Ramadana. Shahra Ramadana. He learned or he knew that the month of Ramadan. One thing I do want you to pay attention to here is Shahra. Shahra has a fatha. Limada? Why does Shahra have a fatha? Because of what's before it. Anna. In the Nahu book, we will cover what are called inna wa akhawatuha. There are a set of huruf that make the next word mansub, that make the next word have a fatha. This is one of them, anna. That's why when we say, yani, normally we say what? Muhammad, we say Muhammad, Muhammadun, Rasul Allah. We say that, sahih. We believe in it and we say it, Rasulullah. طيب. Then when we say ashhadu anna, The same anna. This is the same anna. So ashhadu means I bear witness. Anna, that. We can no longer say Muhammadun. We have to say Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Because of the anna. This anna came and forced the dhamma to change into a fatha. So that's what anna does. So alima Ammarun anna shahra Ramadana. So Ammar knew that the month of Ramadan yabda'u ba'da ayyam. We know every word in this little sentence. Yabda'u, bada'a, yabda'u. Begins. So alima Ammarun anna shahra Ramadana. Ammar knew that the month of Ramadan begins. Yabda'u. When does it begin? Ba'da, after ayyam, some days. Yawm, day, ayyam, days. Like ayyam al-usbu', which we just took, the days of the week. So Ammar knew that the month of Ramadan begins after some days. Then we have here وَلَكِنَّهُ. وَلَكِنَّهُ. This word, وَلَكِنْ, okay? If you notice, it's spelled walakin, but it has a alif saghira here, so you need to stretch it. Walakin. Walakin means however. However, or but, whichever one you want to use. I like however better. Walakinnahu, however, this who is he, right? So walakinnahu, however, he lam ya'lam. So we have alima ya'lamu, which means knew. Ya'lamu is knowing, present tense. The rule is whenever lam comes, two things to keep in mind. Whenever lam comes, we want to keep in mind two things. Two things. Number one, this is too much. What is this? Number one that we want to keep in mind is it makes the present tense into past. So when you see lam only comes with present tense verb, like you see here, lam ya'lam. It only comes with a present tense verb, but it changes the meaning from present into past. It changes the meaning of present into past. So when lam comes, that verb that's after it, it changes the meaning from present into past. It's rule number one that I want you to know. Rule number two is it makes it what we call majzoom. Majzoom. Okay, majzoom. In English, you would see it like this: majzoom. What does majzoom mean? It makes it have a sukoon at the end. Okay, it makes it have a sukoon at the end if it ends with a dhamma. So it cancels out the dhamma and it makes it have a sukoon. Or it drops the noon. Drops the noon. Except in two cases. Who can tell me what two cases the noon does not drop? Let me call upon. Oh, somebody raise their hand or no?
Nunu Niswa.
Nunun niswa. The feminine noon. We've had many talks on that. Couple of videos, I think if you go back, we've mentioned it with extra adjectives. Sahih? So it drops a noon except for nunun niswa. It drops a noon except noon and niswa. Because we said, yani, group of females, they won't let it go. So noon and niswa, except the noon and niswa. So what we mean there is like, if we want to say those two people didn't write the book, we would say lam yaktuba. right? So we would say huma, those two, lam yaktuba. Normally it's yaktubani, but we canceled it out because of the lam. So huma lam yaktuba, yani al-kitab. They did not write the book. Okay? So lam does that. It moves the meaning into past tense. It moves the meaning into past tense, which means didn't, and it negates it. Didn't. So lam means didn't. After all of that, very easy, lam means didn't. So it moves it into past tense, the meaning, and it makes it majzoom. It makes it majzoom, meaning it gives it a sukoon at the end. That's why you see ya'lam at the end instead of ya'lamu. So when you see a lam, next fi'l after it should be majzoom with either sukoon, or if it's one of those verbs that have the noon attached at the end, you drop that noon, except for the noon and niswa. طيب. So let's get back to this line now. It says علم عمار. Ammar knew أن شهر رمضان يبدأ بعد أيام, that the month of Ramadan begins after some days. ولكنه, however, لم يعلم في أي يوم. لم يعلم, however, he did not know. He didn't know في on أي يوم يبدأ. في أي means which. So في أي يوم, in which day, يبدأ, it begins. Again, علم عمار أن شهر رمضان يبدأ بعد أيام. Ammar knew that the month of Ramadan begins after some days. ولكنه, however, he لم يعلم في أي يوم يبدأ. He did not know on which day it begins. He knew it's going to start in a few days, but he didn't know which one. Okay? وحسب أن يوم الاثنين أول يوم في رمضان. وحسب, we have the فعل حسب, which we took earlier. Let's see here. Ahmed Hisan. Akhi, salam alaikum. Do you remember what حسب means? We did a whole exercise with the فعل حسب. You with it? No. You remember what حسب means? Akhi.
Yes.
طيب, do you know what حسب means?
I not remembering the meaning.
You don't remember, it's okay. Alhamdulillah, don't worry. Barakallahu feek. So حسب means, if you remember, yani thought. You remember we did that whole exercise like حسبته, I thought he, حسبه, he thought he, like this. So حسب means thought. طيب, جزاkallahu khair.
Barakallah.
وفيكم بارك الله. So علم عمار أن شهر رمضان يبدأ بعد أيام. So Ammar thought that the month of Ramadan begins after some days. ولكنه, however, he لم يعلم, didn't know في أي يوم يبدأ, on which day it begins. وحسب, and he thought. وحسب أن, we just took أن, that يوم, look at this, it forced it to have a fatha. أن يوم الاثنين. Who can tell me what يوم الاثنين is? Let's see here. أنيس الحسان الغاني الغالي. كيف حالك يا أخي الكريم؟ عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
أنا بخير يا شيخ.
دكتور كيف حالك؟
أنا بخير يا شيخ.
ممتاز. أخي الكريم, tell us يوم الاثنين. What day is that in English?
That's Monday.
Monday. Is that today or was that yesterday?
That was yesterday.
Yesterday, Islamically. Sahih. Thanks for Rihan. He clarified that for us, mashallah. Jazakallah khair. So, وحسب أن يوم الاثنين. So he thought that يوم الاثنين, Monday, is أول. We know that الدرس الأول. How many درس الأول, you know, when we covered in this book? الدرس الأول, التدريب الأول, and so on and so forth. So we know this means first. So وحسب أن يوم الاثنين he thought that Monday was أول or is أول يوم, the first day في Ramadan, of Ramadan, the first day in Ramadan. طيب. So let me erase some of this clutter here because I see it's getting packed with words and it's starting to look like Admir's notebook. Admir, salam alaikum يا أخي. أنت معنا؟
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. نعم معكم إن شاء الله.
كيف حالك يا أخي؟
الحمد لله بخير.
يا دكتور. Because of your handwriting, Allah musta'an. طيب. So alhamdulillah, it's good you're doing well. يعني كم ساعة هناك الآن؟
الآن الساعة 3 صباحا.
طيب. بارك الله فيك. 3 سبحان الله. We ask Allah Azza wa Jalla that He rewards you and us. Ameen.
آمين.
آمين.
Ameen ya Rab. So we said أن يوم الاثنين أول يوم في رمضان. So he thought that the first day of Ramadan was Monday or is Monday. So what did he do? سأل عمار. سأل فعل ماضي. عمار, the door, the fa'il, because of the dhamma, it goes back to the verb. سأل عمار. عمار asked. سأل يسأل. سأل, we've taken this before. سأل يسأل is asked. So who did he ask? أباه, his father. أباه. سأل عمار أباه. Ammar asked his father. An means about. About. Okay, so سأل عمار أباه عن. Ammar asked his father about ذلك. ذلك. ذلك means that. Its opposite is هذا, which means this. For lil qarib, for something close, هذا. For something far, that. We use that in English also, this or that, right? So سأل عمار أباه عن ذلك. Ammar asked his father about that. Something to know, just so you can have the information. They were interchangeable in the time of the Sahaba. طيب. So you could check some mufassirin. They say that هذا وذلك were interchangeable. So they both can mean this, or they both can mean that, depending on context. So سأل عمار أباه عن ذلك. So Ammar asked his father about that. Meaning about which day does it start? I think it's Monday. Am I correct? Am I correct? So fa is so. أخبره. أخبره. The fi'l here is أخبر. أخبر. The fi'l is أخبر, which means informed. When you tell somebody some information, you inform them. So informed, and then we have who here, which means him. So فأخبره. So he informed him. أن شهر رمضان, that the month of Ramadan, again this anna is here, and we see it made the next word have a fatha. أن شهر رمضان. I like this next sentence. So I'm going to ask someone to translate this next sentence for us. This goes to Jeffrey Ortega. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you read us the next sentence and tell us what it means?
قد يكون اليوم الثلاثاء.
Not اليوم, but just يوم.
اليوم
الثلاثاء.
يوم الثلاثاء.
Okay, قد يكون يوم الثلاثاء. What does that mean, أخي?
It might be Tuesday.
Barakallahu feek. It might be Tuesday. And how did you arrive to this? It might be. Kaif?
With qad, when it comes before present tense form, gives like not surety that maybe.
Yeah, very good. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah, akhi. May Allah bless you and raise your rank. Ameen, ya Rabb. Wonderful.
I mean, yeah.
Good that you remember. So, سأل عمار أباه عن ذلك. Ammar asked his father about that. فأخبره. So he informed him أن شهر رمضان, that the month of Ramadan قد يكون, it might be. He said because قد, when it comes with the present tense verb, it adds doubt. It adds might, maybe, right? So قد يكون, it might be يوم الثلاثاء. It might be Tuesday. Because Yom al-Ahad is Sunday, Yom al-Ithnain is Monday, and Yom al-Thulatha is Tuesday. So he said, he informed his son that it might be Tuesday. Then we have here, وَقَالَ لَهُ, and he said to him, and we'll cover the rest tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. Please, for your studies for tonight, your homework, barakallahu feekum, memorize those abwab. It'll take you maybe 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. طيب. Memorize the days of the week as well. And also go over this chapter as much as possible. Tomorrow we're going to finish the rest of it. Okay, the translating the rest of it. And then I will start asking y'all to read and to translate the text. So if you go over it tonight many times, علم عمار أن شهر رمضان يبدأ بعد أيام ولكنه لم يعلم في أي يوم يبدأ. You don't have to read it like you're doing a khutbah like I do. I always read like that. علم عمار أن شهر رمضان يبدأ بعد أيام. It's just a story. It's not a khutbah. لكن you should be able to read it fast. You should be able to read it fast, because if you truly go over something 10, 15 times, your brain catches on and it becomes easier to pronounce the words. So read the whole story a bunch of times. I mean, exert effort. Just read it till it becomes easy on the tongue. And we'll see everyone tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام
ورحمة الله. بارك الله فيكم يا أستاذ.
وفيكم بارك الله.
السلام عليكم يا شيخ.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.